Question 32, the Deputy isn't here. Question 33, the Deputy isn't here. Question 34, the Deputy isn't here. Question number 35, the Deputy isn't here. Question 36, in the name of Deputy Clare Daly.
Yeah, Minister, again, this is on the issue of pyrite, and a grave concern of residents about you and departmental officials have mentioned on a number of occasions that Home Bond might be involved in the remediation process, and you cited that they have a particular expertise in this area which residents would refute. So I'd like you to substantiate what their expertise is in relation in the area of dealing with pyrite resolution.
Yes. John Corley, I've always made it clear that I believe that the parties identified in the report of the Independent Pyrite Panel as having a responsibility to provide solutions for affected homeowners should contribute to the resolution of the pyrite problem. Over the past 18 months or so, I've tried to bring about a resolution of the problem involving these parties, and unfortunately this did not prove possible. The Pyrite Resolution Board, which I established earlier this year on an administrative basis, remains in discussion with Home Bond to agree the contribution that they can make to the implementation of the remediation process. These discussions are still going on, and the exact nature of Home Bond's role or contribution has not yet been agreed between the parties. But I do expect Home Bond, even though they're a private company, to make a contribution in it, and as far as I'm concerned, the greater the contribution, the better for the role that they've played in the past in terms of not complying with fulfilling that role. The board will be responsible for overseeing the delivery of the Pyrite remediation scheme and will be supported in this endeavour by the Housing and Sustainable Communities Agency. I understand that panels of contractors and other professionals will be established by the Housing Agency, and in fact that process is underway. In addition, a register of competent persons who have undertaken appropriate training has been established by Engineers Ireland to undertake the building conditions assessments. It is not envisaged that the board will commission building condition assessments either directly or via a third party such as Home Bond. Building condition assessments will be procured directly by affected homeowners, although under the proposed arrangements they may claim reimbursement of costs subject to a maximum of €500 should their application be accepted into the Pyrite remediation scheme subsequently. So I do share, Deputy Daly, your annoyance, and indeed agree with your annoyance in relation to the contribution that Home Bond has made. It's not satisfactory to date, and we still continue to do everything we possibly can, notwithstanding they're a private company, to extract as much as we possibly can out of them in relation to helping the distressed homeowners in this case.
I think it's probably almost a year to the day when former Deputy McEntee announced the scheme around this time last year, and we're a year on and it hasn't yet accepted live applications. So I'm wondering, can the Minister tell us, now that Engineers Ireland have established the Registrar of Competent Persons, the training has been done, will it be the case that building condition assessments, which residents have paid for in many instances now at this stage, will they be accepted, and will those files and applications be able to go live in advance of Christmas? I think that would be very important, or we get some indication of when those applications can go live. Is it your intention to still bring forward the legislation to empower the Pyrite Resolution Board to take funds or whatever? Does that have to be in place first? Are we going to see that this side of Christmas? And you see, the problem with Home Bond is that this wasn't a structural guarantee scheme, even though it gave that impression. They still have 25 million in their accounts, which they will not access for normal purposes because now they are a properly structured scheme. Their contribution should be in funds. Those funds should be taken off them because they haven't got the competent expertise in this area. These are the people who went out, who examined people's houses and told them that they didn't have pyrite, that there was nothing to worry about, and then when it emerged that they did have pyrite, said that's nothing got to do with us. The idea of them being involved in the remediation process is not acceptable.